What's up, everybody? First video in a little bit. I've been more active on my Twitch, and I apologize for that. It's just, like, I haven't really had the time to edit videos, and in all honesty, Tekken, this point in a Tekken game's history where we're getting drip-fed information is, honest to God, the worst point in any Tekken game's history. I miss being, like, less involved and not knowing a Tekken game would come out, because, like, the best feeling I've ever had with Tekken was going to Boomers, Family Fun, Rocky and Bullwinkle's, whatever you know it as. I went to one, and Tekken 5 was there as a machine, and I sat and I wasted all my tokens on it because I didn't know that even existed. And it wasn't like old by that point, or not by any means. In fact, it was around the time it would have came out, because when I went there, me and my dad had so much fun. This is like the coolest thing my dad ever did for me, or at least one of the coolest things. There's a GameStop down the road from this particular Rocky and Bullwinkle's. I don't know why I keep calling it that, but if you live in El Cajon, if you lived in San Diego and you've been to El Cajon, you know what I'm talking about. And we went to that GameStop, and he just bought it for me right then and there. So like a whole day of being at an arcade at a Family Fun Center. We didn't play mini golf or anything because we were having so much fun with Tekken 5. And then we just go buy it. You know, and with how Tekken's like release cycle works, it totally could have not been a thing yet. It totally could have just been in arcades, but it wasn't. And I I know for a fact it was around the time it came out, because this would have had to be like 2005, because I would have been living somewhere completely different than when I was living in 2006. Regardless, point is, Tekken has like these timed releases and they're trash. I hate waiting for character information. They have so many characters and they release one at a time, once every month and a half. I hated waiting for Tekken 7 to come out. I hated watching Japan and Korea have access to the game like before everybody else, and it's just like, oh, they're the best nations. Yeah, because they get to play the game. And I feel like there's been several instances where other players from around the world, you're thinking of one region in particular right now because of how history has gone in the past 2 years, and this is a 7-year-old game at this point. But yeah, lots of players from around the world have proven, maybe let everybody play it at the same time. Anyway, so like I said, I don't really have time to edit videos as often. If you're interested in my content, I'm not going to stop. It's just my only free day is Sunday, through a technicality. Like, the day I'm doing this of is an unfortunate situation where I just happen to be alone in my house. Like, I'm not going to drag you down with the details, but point is, if you want to see my stuff, I'm linking my Twitch in the below. I'm fumbling all over my words. We're here to talk about Kazuya. It's 3 minutes of nonsense. Anyway, Kazuya trailer dropped, and we're going to watch it together, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts. If I have time, I'll do Nina's after this. Holy crap, that feels like it's loud. Turn that down a bit. That cool. Now, I've said it before, everyone said it, this is the best costume he's ever had. Like, in terms of, like, blending it, like, you know, he's still, like, underneath all this businessman, like, because the modern persona of someone who's in charge, unfortunately, just due to us giving money too much power, is a businessman, is a man in a nice suit. But underneath that is a cold-blooded dude who will kill you with his fists. He's fast enough to dodge bullets, strong enough to break through concrete. So, in the primal sense of what should be in charge, because we are apes, it should be the strongest person. In the modern sense, it shouldn't be morally, but unfortunately, realistically, it's the richest. This dude is literally both on the planet, and it has never been like displayed in a way that is as good as this. Heihachi has had that drip before. I'd say in at least 3 games, Heihachi looks like he is that guy. Kazuya's never looked like that guy. He looks like that guy now. Look at that. Oh my god. Everything looks cooler. His electric wing god fist is the one from Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I hope Jin gets a trailer soon. Like, look at all of this. Hold up, let's run that back for a second. So him going into Heat is just going to be devil form, and he ain't never done anything like this before. So yeah, Devil Jin's not going to be in the game, which is a good thing. There's no way Devil Jin's going to be in the game. Kazuya in Heat is Devil Jin. Jin going into Heat looks like Devil Jin, so there's no point to Devil Jin. I hope he's not in the game. I hope that was the last we ever saw of Devil Jin. I'd love that. The only negative to that is more people are going to play Kazuya. But yeah, if we slow all this down just a tad. 0.5 and mute it. See, like, look at that. That looks nothing like how it looks in Tekken. That is how it looks in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. It dragging from like this low position, like all the energy starts from like the ground, and he brings up his fist. He can shoot lasers like at the end of strings, just like how Nina can shoot guns. Look at that. Look at the wall combo. This is the coolest he's ever been. This is the coolest he's ever looked. I'm sorry. The transition from 6 to tag 2 to 7 are the weakest transitions from character changes. Like, no cap. No. There's no way to argue against it, because unfortunately, Kazuya from Tekken Tag 1 to Tekken 4 are completely different. Kazuya in Tekken Tag 1 is essentially Kazuya from Tekken 2. And then 4 to 5, everyone's different because the game had to change drastically. 6 is Tekken 5 characters with the bound system. But there was more animations added to everyone. Everyone is more different from 5 to 6 than 6 to Tag 2 or Tag 2 to 7. In fact, many people would argue characters just got worse from Tag 2 to 7, which is the case. You know, Bob was too strong. Lars was too strong. People say Eddie and Christy were too strong. They weren't. Dragunov was too strong. He stayed too strong. That's why they nerfed him. And yeah, like a lot of characters just got nerfed into 7. And then like a lot of characters just started rolling in as DLC stronger than they were in Tag 2, or just not nerfed from Tag 2. And it's like, you know, pay to win, DLC privilege. Like, it's no offense to my, like, these are my good friends at my local, but I stay be getting knocked out of the tournament by a Marduk. And yeah, like, a lot of people were mad at, like, a lot of pro players, like, people were mad at Joey because, like, you know, from their perspective, like, yeah, you pick Marduk to ignore playing the game just to tackle. People were mad at Atif because, oh, you play Akuma to just ignore playing Tekken. Like, yeah, blase, there was a Leroy, there was... Who cares, bro? Like, it sucks, but, like, hopefully this game circumvents that, because I think this is the first game where Kazuya wasn't, like, super strong, where being a Mishima didn't carry him past having, like, crappy moves outside of his Mishima moves. I've never liked that being the way the game is balanced around these characters, though. That's part of the reason why Jin was always so strong in Tekken 3 and Tag 2, because he's got Mishima moves plus good button presses. Kazuya and Heihachi, like, didn't, and they were still good. And then Heihachi had stupid button presses in 5, and was actually technically, if you remove the fact that Steve could infinite you, better than Steve. But and Steve was still good without that infinite. Like, he's one of the strongest characters like in Tekken history. Tekken 5 Steve. And yeah, I don't know, just maybe all this is just flashy. Maybe like all these strings we're seeing, like obviously they're not going to do much outside of juggle. Like, Kazuya's still probably going to be one of the hardest characters in the game, but due to there's all this visual flair, like all of his animations being better than they've ever been, this was already like one of the, I think he was the most picked character, at least on PC. Across all 3 platforms, I don't know about that. But that's probably not going to change with how he looks in this game. Let me know what you think below. Is this the best Kazuya's ever been? Is this the best? Visually, obviously, like, no one's played this game yet, as far as I know. God, impact, flare. If the camera does all this in the middle of the fight, it might be jarring at first, but I think we can handle it. People have been complaining about, like, slow-mo in fight, slow-mo, and, like, all these camera changes. If you can play the light vomit that is Marvel 3, you can play Tekken 7. Like, this is all immediately easier to follow than Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Let's get that established right now. Whenever the Sons of Sparta, Wesker, Zero, Strider, everyone Max plays is on screen, the fact that you pretending to understand why one thing hits another or beats another is like adorable, but like, nah, y'all are just zap, 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 finger laser, beam, all that. Nah, I've always preferred more grounded martial arts style fighting games, and watching like Kazuya just do all this like really cool fight choreography. Hit him again. Look at that. Into the wall. Look at that. He's destroying the stage. I think that's just visual flair though. Everyone's like, that's a mechanic. I'm like, nah, it's a mechanic on certain stages. That didn't throw Jin off the wall like it threw Jack off the wall when King did it. Anyway, I'm going to ramble if I keep going any longer. This looks great. I can't wait to see what other characters are like, because we are kind of in the very standard of Tekken characters right now. The fact that have we seen a character who's not from Tekken 1? June, you haven't seen gameplay of June. You've seen Lars. Lars is the only one, because of course it is. Our forced upon us poster child. So yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to start seeing Tekken 3 characters more than anything. The Eddie, Hwoarang, Zhao Yu, Jin, Brian. Like, give them trailers like this. I don't even like Brian, but Brian's got a visual flair behind him that even I have to admit is pretty cool. Anyway, again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.